GM workers are mad today, and it's not because they're entering their fourth week on strike. We'll tell you why.
Plus, Brandon is here tracking a sunny stretch, but cooler temperatures will be creeping into Metro Detroit. But when? And right now, following breaking news from New York City, where a federal judge dismisses President Trump's lawsuit to protect his personal tax documents.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
And the talks between General Motors and the UAW topping our show here at noon. The lead negotiator for the union says that those talks have hit a big snag. The strike has shut down GM plants across the country since September 16th, stopping production in the United States and Canada. Let's get out to Local 4's Jason Colthorpe right now, where he's got a look at where things stand at this hour. And Jason, what are you hearing?
Well, Hank, that snag you're talking about happened over the weekend, and it came in the form of GM's response to a new offer by the union. And the union put out a proposal, and they say GM responded with one that had already been rejected. Now we know this because the union's top negotiator put it in a letter to the 46,000 employees who were out on strike, out in front of headquarters like the RenCen today and all the other idle plants, walking that picket line. And if there was any dissension in the ranks because of workers being frustrated that the deal wasn't done yet. You're entering the fourth week now of being on strike, and strike pay is only $250. Well, that dissension was quelled pretty quickly with that letter because the workers I talked with out here today are mad and motivated.
That letter that came out yesterday, it put a fire in all of our bellies. We're pretty upset. It basically made us feel like we're not appreciated for the work that we do. And if it wasn't for us out working those jobs, they wouldn't be making what they're making upstairs.
Now, it may have been a snag, but talks didn't break off. Talks went all day yesterday into the evening. They picked up again this morning. And if you ask some people who have watched these negotiations over the years, they say it's, oddly enough, it's not unheard of to think that a deal could be reached at any moment now, especially right after you have some contentious moments. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, we'll be watching it all unfold. Hank, back to you.
Great, Jason. Thank you for the live report from downtown Detroit. We continue to follow a developing story in Royal Oak Township where a car slammed into the lobby of a motel early this morning. It happened at the Baymont Motel. That's on 8 Mile Road at Myers. The car drove through the parking lot and crashed into the lobby, and people inside ran away. Thankfully, nobody was injured. The Michigan State Police are investigating, trying to figure out if this crash was an accident or, in fact, deliberate. Turning our attention now to weather, let's give you a live look outside through our sky cam in Windsor. A beautiful shot of downtown Detroit. Sunny weather out there, but Brandon, things are going to start cooling down a little bit, right?
Yeah, it took us a while to get that sunshine, still a couple of clouds. Overnight lows are going to cool down significantly from what we saw this morning, but it's a good part of the recipe for fall foliage. Blue skies as we look here in Mount Clemens, 63 degrees there. Other temperatures around the area, we're seeing low to middle 60s, like 65 in Howell, 63 from Lapeer to Port Huron. And these numbers were about 5-6 degrees cooler last hour. The difference the old sun can make. So temperatures on our way from 63 to 70 degrees. A little bit of a warming breeze out of the southwest, but very comfortable, very dry and bright. So sunshine, but some cooler nights ahead. Hank, we'll look at that in the next Rainmaker coming up.
Brandon, thank you very much. We are following breaking news in the efforts of a New York prosecutor to obtain President Trump's tax returns. I'm sorry, Brandon. We're going to get to the Trump story in a moment. Right now, we want to update you on breaking news from Warren, where police are investigating a volley of gunshots at a mobile home park. This is at the Twin Pines Mobile Home Park along 11-mile road, near George Morelli. You are looking at live pictures from this scene. Local 4 has learned that there was an argument that escalated to the point of shots being fired. As many as 14 gunshots reported in that area, but police say nobody was hit by that gunfire. Officers remain on the scene. Local 4 is there. We will continue to follow this story throughout the day. Look for updates not only here on air, but also at clickondetroit.com. Now to that breaking news we mentioned a little bit earlier regarding President Trump and a New York prosecutor's attempt to obtain his tax returns. A federal judge this morning rejected the president's challenge to release the tax returns, claiming immunity from prosecution. But in short order, the president's lawyers got a federal appeals court to issue a stay on that ruling until the appeals court can review it. The New York district attorney wants to see the tax returns in connection with an investigation into that reported payoff by President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen. A second whistleblower claiming to have firsthand knowledge of alleged wrongdoing at the White House is now stepping forward. And CBS News is reporting that attorneys representing the original whistleblower who filed the complaint about the president's dealings in Ukraine say they are representing, quote, multiple whistleblowers in connection with that case. A second whistleblower coming forward, intensifying the accusations that President Trump may have pressured Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. Their attorney telling CNN this whistleblower works in the intelligence community, has firsthand knowledge supporting claims made in the whistleblower's complaint, and has already been interviewed by the Intelligence Community Inspector General.
People around the president, professionals who are in the Oval Office, who are in the Situation Room, are watching what is happening and are finally saying, my God, this cannot happen anymore, and they are coming forward.
The White House continuing to tell its side of the story, writing in a statement, it doesn't matter how many people decide to call themselves whistleblowers about the same telephone call, a call the president already made public. It doesn't change the fact that he has done nothing wrong. But the White House transcript summary of that call shows President Trump repeatedly pressuring Ukraine's new leader to investigate his rival. The president feels confident he can survive an impeachment vote if it goes to the Senate.
They have no choice. They have to follow their leadership. And then we'll get it to the Senate and we're going to win. The Republicans have been very unified.
But President Trump facing harsh criticism from some Republican senators after this.
China should start an investigation into the Bidens.
Senator Susan Collins now joining Mitt Romney in rebuking the president's comments.
It's completely inappropriate.
Romney taking it one step further, calling the president's China request brazen, wrong, and appalling. President Trump taking to Twitter, going after former GOP presidential nominee Mitt Romney for his lack of loyalty by writing, "The Democrats are lucky they don't have any Mitt Romney types. They may be lousy politicians, but they stick together." Most Republican lawmakers falling in line.
Remember Kavanaugh, it started with one complaint that wound up being unverifiable. This is Kavanaugh all over again.
Do you not trust the FBI? You don't trust the CIA?
No,
I'm just very confused here.
Absolutely
you don't trust
not.
either
After
of those
Peter Strzok
agencies.
and Lisa Page.
Okay.
After James Comey.
You believe the FBI and the CIA,
John
these
Brennan. No, I don't trust
agencies?
any of these guys in the Obama administration. I don't trust any of them.
You don't trust them now? You trust them now?
No, I didn't trust him back then.
Some Democrats claiming their Republican colleagues are treating the president like he's a dictator.
This is wild, the lengths to which Republicans are going to try to avoid being criticized by this president.
And we are told 2 more diplomats will be deposed this week. They include the U.S. ambassador to the EU and the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, who was ousted, as you may remember, in May. New reports of the Trump administration effort in Ukraine involve not only politics, but business as well. Several business leaders with ties to President Trump reportedly worked to install new management at Ukraine's state natural gas company. Their efforts were led by Energy Secretary Rick Perry. The goal there, we're told, reportedly to get lucrative business deals with firms connected to President Trump and his supporters. Reports from Ukraine today say that Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani was also working to influence the management of the Ukraine gas company. A new move by U.S. military in Syria is having repercussions in that region right now. The United States has started withdrawing its forces stationed near Syria's border with Turkey. Now, that move opens the way for Turkish forces to move into that area. But the withdrawal will expose Turkish fighters who had been a key U.S. ally in the defeat of the Islamic State. Turkey views the Kurds as terrorists who threaten Turkey, and the Turks are expected to attack. President Trump says the pullout is aimed to get out of endless wars. The Kurds call that move a stab in the back. The Supreme Court is back today with a new term. The 9 justices will face a blockbuster docket with the 2020 election hovering in the background. Political tensions, as you can imagine, already flaring. Dozens of protesters appeared outside Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's home on Sunday. That was the anniversary of Justice Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation, calling for him to be removed. The justices will be taking up many hot-button issues, including gun rights, abortion, immigration, and LGBTQ rights. There will be a lot of attention paid to President Trump's appointments to the court. That includes Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch. But court watchers say that Chief Justice may play the most important role of all.
All eyes will be on Chief Justice John Roberts. He's been trying to keep the court out of the political fray, but many of these cases will come down as the election gears up.
It is expected the Supreme Court's decision on major cases will not be announced until next June as the presidential race is heating up. Still to come here at noon, protest problems. A group attempts to draw attention to global warming in London. We will tell you why police arrested dozens of people during that protest. But first, why a move by Hong Kong's government is causing big tension in the region already dealing with a major crisis. We're back in just a moment.